Cow 1 on the left is at 100 width, and cow 2 on the right is at 70.
Welcome back to Chatter on the Wire. Let's see what trouble I got myself into this week.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and import an image that I had made. I'm going to be in the downloads directory. I'm going to do this one right here. Open that. So we're going to trace this image. The nice thing is, here in recent versions of xtool's Create a Space, you can use this trace feature, and after we've done this, move this off, get rid of the original one, we can actually export this as an SVG so we can make some modifications to it. The mobile version, at least as of about a month ago, I haven't tested recently, does not have the exported SVG. It does have the trace feature, just not this export. So we're going to export this, put it over here in this directory. We are going to save and overwrite this cow2. Yes, I've done this a few times, but audio and other things have not worked out well for me. So yes, we're going to overwrite that one. What I've found for size that works well for me on the keychains is going to be 70 millimeters. That's nice. I really don't care about the Java update. Okay, 70 millimeters. Now let's actually export this because it's the right size. Nothing like doing something twice, 3 times or more. Yes, overwrite that. Okay, now we're going to switch over to freecad. Nice free CAD program, which is going to work great for what we need to do here. And what we need to do here is add some holes into this. So we are going to open Cav2, open that. We're going to open as an SVG. We're going to do it as 96 dpi. I honestly don't know if this matters or not, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we want to actually convert this over, make this a draft, so we have some options that we need. Oh, before we start doing anything else, we're going to need to have a middle line in here. So this is 21 and a half, 22 inches. Let's call that, what, 10.5? 10.7 might be a little more than we need, but it does put it on a line here, so we'll mark that there just so I have it. This is the line we really need. Okay, so we're going all the way up. 0 for the X size, 28, great. Okay, get rid of this line here. Okay, so we want to make some circles. One thing we want to make sure is that we do not use this filled because it causes problems. So we want to do hole right about here, and I'm going to only click once. Sort of drag out so that I can change the radius there. But if I change back over here, what I want is a radius of 1.3 millimeters. And that's because the pins I'm putting in are 2.5, and so this will give us a little play in that as well, but not enough that the head will come through it when we do these later. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to start mirroring this everywhere. So we're going to highlight that, mirror it. This is why I wanted that line earlier. And again, I've only clicked once, so that we get a straight line. Okay, now we have 2. Don't need this line anymore. Want to mirror these, and yes, we're highlighting both of those. I'm going to mirror it again. This time we're working off down here. Again, just going to drag it in general so that I can modify these, tabbing in between. So now we've got these 4, and we're going to do it again. This case, this time on this fold line. So now, if we go back out, as you fold this over, these will line up there, these will line up on there. So now we want to expand all this out because we need to export this as an SVG. And the reason we have to do this, and actually here, let's go ahead and save this just so I have it. Cow2, yes, we've done this a number of times. So now, notice if I click here, no, not click, So it's the top left one, and this one's also the top left one. And this is because of the mirroring we've done on things. If I were to export every object here, we would have duplicate holes here that are going to try to be cut out. So your laser would actually run it twice. So you got to be careful when you do your export here. So we're just going to highlight everything except for that last circle, because we already have, as you can see, everything here. File, export, we're going to use an SVG, we're in the correct directory, we're going to go and overwrite the cow2 that we made without the holes in it. Save this, yes, replace it. Jump back over to the creative space, we can delete this guy. Image, pull in the new cow2 SVG, and notice we have everything here. So what I like to do is go to the layer 2, and I really don't want the holes on a different layer than the outline, because at the end of the day we're cutting all these out. So got layer 2 highlighted, we're just going to move to the dark blue, so now everybody's in the same layer. We're also going to highlight everything and we're going to group them together, that way we don't accidentally move something there. For me, the settings with the laser I have and with the type of leather I'm using, we want 75 and a speed of 10. Yes, I could do a saved setting here, and actually I have that on the computer that this is actually going to be used, that's going to cut this out. But for what we're doing here, this is just a machine in the office that I'm utilizing. So now that we got that, we're going to go ahead and save this. Make sure we're in the right directory, cow2 light leather, overwrite my existing one, yes. So now I'm all set up to cut this one out. Part of the things you gotta decide is what type of or what size holes you need here, what your overall width is, because you really want to make sure you don't put these holes in and then change this width too much. You can get away with some slight changes, but now as you increase the size here, it's going to of course increase the size on all your holes. So you want to know what your overall width is going to be, or length, depending on what you're ultimately doing.
Well, the claim is 2 minutes. Let's see how this does. This is a little thicker leather, so we'll see if it also works on one pass or if I'm going to have to run it a second time. Based on the fact that the hole's all punched out, looks like it's probably good. Look at all that smoke. Minute 15, maybe even less. Now the hard part. What color do I want to add for nose holes on this one? Silver, black, gold? Guess we'll find out. So there you go. Cow keyring. Well, that's it for this installment. Please think about hitting the like button, subscribing if you aren't already, and clicking on one of the other videos. See you in the next one.